Hey, if you're a future teacher, or honestly, if you've ever just had a hunch that there's gotta be more to math than memorizing formulas, well, you're in the right place. Today, we are going to totally reimagine mathematics. We're not talking about a set of stiff, rigid rules, but about a journey, one filled with discovery, play, and real creation. So let's just jump right in with a pretty bold, maybe even surprising idea. What if math, at its very core, is actually an art form? Yeah, a pretty thing that's meant to inspire wonder and creativity, not fear and anxiety. This is a challenge, right? It's asking us to look past the worksheets and see the incredible beauty that's hiding in the patterns all around us. Okay, so this first part is all about breaking down our old ideas about math. We're really going to question what we think math is for, and more importantly, how we should be introducing it to young learners, especially in those super critical early years. And the argument here is it's a big one. It's not just saying that math can be fun, it's saying that forcing formulas on kids too early can actually be harmful. Think about that. Real understanding, it turns out, is a messy, emotional journey. It's full of frustration and excitement. So we've got to reframe math for kids as what it really is. It's storytelling, it's solving puzzles, it's making art, and maybe most important of all, it's play. This brings us to a really fundamental belief. Because if you want to teach math this new way, you have to start by believing that every single student is ready to learn. It's not about waiting for them to hit a certain age or skill level. It's about our ability to meet them exactly where they are. And this is the bedrock. This quote from the psychologist Jerome Bruner is just so powerful. Let me read it again. Any subject to any child at any stage of development. I mean, that's not just a nice little thought, is it? It's a totally revolutionary principle for education. It tells us the responsibility isn't on the child to be ready. It's on us, the educators, to find the right, honest way to present the idea. Okay, so if learning is a journey, what does that journey actually look like? To get our heads around this, let's use a beautiful and really powerful metaphor, the complete metamorphosis of a monarch butterfly. It's this perfect example of a natural process of growth and just incredible transformation. You know, every single exploration in math starts right here, as an egg. It's a question, a tiny spark of curiosity, some interesting thing a kid notices. It could be as simple as, hey, why are honeycombs shaped like that? Or, what happens if I just keep folding this piece of paper over and over? That's it. That's the beginning. And then the caterpillar comes along. And what do caterpillars do? They just eat, constantly. This is what's called the embodied stage of learning. It's all about getting your hands dirty. It's messy, it's sensory, it's building with blocks, drawing crazy shapes, and just physically messing with the world. The child is literally consuming the foundational ideas that one day are going to grow into things like geometry and algebra. So after all that exploring, things get quiet. This is the chrysalis stage, and this is where the real magic happens, the synthesis. From the outside, it might look like nothing's going on at all, but inside, oh man, the mind is working like crazy, trying to connect all those hands-on experiences. This is where those frustrations and excitements we mentioned earlier, this is where they live. It's the struggle that actually leads to the breakthrough. And it is so crucial to remember this. That struggle inside the chrysalis isn't just a logical puzzle, it is deeply emotional. We've all felt it, right? You feel frustrated when you're stuck, and then totally elated when you finally get it. Our job as educators is to create a safe space for that whole journey, to support the struggle without just giving away the answer. And finally, the emergence, the butterfly. This is the formal stage. It's that click, that aha moment, when the abstract idea just falls into place. The learner can now see the principle underneath it all, the elegant formula, the beautiful mathematical pattern. They haven't just memorized a rule, they've lived it. They've earned that understanding, and now it can take flight. Okay, so that's the theory, and it's a pretty cool one. But what does this kind of playful math actually look like, in a classroom or just at home with your kids? Let's take a look at how this all works in practice. Check this out. On the left, you've got the process, playful exploration, and on the right, that's the product. This beautiful, complex geometric pattern, it wasn't made by plugging numbers into some formula. It was generated by one circle just playfully rolling around another one. This shows it so clearly. The incredible artistic product is a direct result of the playful process. They're totally inseparable. And here's a really practical way to think about it. A framework from the mathematician David Tall. And you'll see it perfectly mirrors our butterfly. First, you've got the embodied stage. That's the hands-on play. Then you start to introduce the symbolic, the numbers and the signs that represent those actions. And finally, you nurture the formal connections, the stage where the abstract rules and structures finally make sense. So, for all you future teachers out there, what is your role in all this? If the child is on this natural journey of metamorphosis, where do you fit into the picture? Your role is like that of a gardener or a guide. I mean, this image really says it all, doesn't it? You can't force a butterfly out of its chrysalis. If you did, you'd destroy its wings. Your job is to create a rich, supportive, and safe environment. An environment where a child has the materials they need to play, the time they need to struggle, and the encouragement they need to take that final leap into understanding whenever they're ready. So we're left with this challenge, really, for every one of us who has a chance to influence a young learner. Knowing that every child holds the potential for this incredible transformation, the only question left is, how will you help create the garden where their mind can truly take flight?